Hello, this is Gail. Welcome to my channel. I am going to do today a kind of a tutorial video on diamond painting. I just started diamond painting this week. This is my first canvas that I'm doing, and there is a learning curve to it, and there's some frustration. So I wanted to give you some tips if you're thinking about getting into this too. So one of the tips is that a lot depends on the canvas that you get. This is not an expensive canvas. I got this from AliExpress, and it was like $8. So I have heard since I ordered canvases that it depends where you get them as far as the quality. It's mainly the quality of the diamonds, or the drills as they're called. I have seen a lot that are different sizes, so that does make a difference. Another thing I found is that it definitely helps to put them in a container like this, or some type of container, rather than using the baggies, because there's a lot of static in the bags. Another is that I numbered my containers 1 through 60 because that's what my box holds, and I found that that is actually more helpful to find them by number than by symbol, because if you can see, you have to look really close to find the symbol. And the side of the pattern here has the symbol and the DMC number. So there's the symbol, the DMC number. I wrote these in because some canvases come numbered 1 through whatever number of colors you have. This one did not, but I do find that it's very helpful. I'll say find U, or find the symbol D, it's bottle 10, go over here and pick up bottle 10. And then I just double check after I picked it up. Oh, yep, that's the symbol. So that does help me a lot. Another thing I found is that when you're putting them in this trays, you know, I pour some in, and then you're supposed to shake it. And I work on my lap from a lap desk, so I have it in another tray that's deeper, because when I shake them, they fall out. They also do not all turn over. So see here, there's one that is on the flat side up instead of down. Most of these are turned over right now, but a lot of them don't just automatically turn over. There, a couple are stuck together, and they're upside down. So if you're working and it's not very light, you can oftentimes try to pick them up on the flat side, and they don't place well that way. Another thing is that the wax, you use a pencil. It has a tip in it. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Right there, okay? In this pencil, you put wax, and your painting is going to come with pink wax. I have this purple wax that came with this butterfly case, and I just put all of it at once in this container, which may or may not have been the best idea. But what you need to do is stick your pen all the way down in it, turn, and you're feeling the bottom of the container. And then when you lift it up, you're going to have that wax in there, and it's hard to see, but it helps to just press it once into like the lid or a flat piece, not on your canvas, but a flat surface. And then also check the edges. If there's any wax kind of hanging around, if there is, take it off before you try to pick up beads. Okay, now here's my tip, is I found that I had to fill this a lot. I've also found that when I press it on the bead or the drill. Let's see if I can do this. The way it works best for me is to actually press it on there and then kind of wiggle it so it's in the groove of this so that it picks it up flatter or better. Sorry, I've got my hand in the way here. And then when you go to press it, now I'm doing the letter U. So you're gonna look at your pattern. Okay, there's a couple U's. What I have found is to look at the left side and the bottom and try to get it as absolutely square as you can. Because once you stick it down like that, it's off. You can't just scooch it over and make it stay because this is a poured glue canvas and it will not, will not stay where you slide it to. It keeps snapping back to the other spot. Sorry, I need to get this picked up, and of course I don't have my tweezers. That comes with the kit. Makes it easier, a lot easier to pick this up. Hold on. Okay, because that's not in the right spot. So, also I have found like this, the drill will come up kind of easily. So some people say you don't have to press very hard. I have found I do have to press hard because if I don't, so if I don't press hard enough and slide it kind of in this tray before I press it on the canvas, and then kind of press down, it doesn't stick. And maybe that's just the quality or non-quality of the glue or the canvas, but it's very frustrating. So like here, if you get them kind of kiltered, you can use the end of the pen and slide it down, but it's not gonna stay because the way the glue is on the canvas, it's gonna slide right back out of the spot until you put a drill in there. So those are some frustrations that I learned in the beginning here. And I don't know if I'm really doing it the right way by finding one letter and just filling it in, but it's what works best for me. So, but you really have to watch the symbols too to make sure that you're getting, because this whole section here was 6s and 9s, and it was really hard. So see here, I missed a 9, you know, and there's S's and 1s, and but anyway, what other? Here's one that is kind of really poorly placed. A couple in here. It won't show so much. Once you go to snap this extra bead in here, this U right here, it kind of slides it over if you saw that. Let's try it on this row above. So see where this one is kind of down, and here, this one right here, let's watch. When I stick this in here, it will slide over just a touch and stay in the right spot because it's full. But if you get it off too far, it's not going to stay in the right spot. It's really especially important on these edges, on the very far down of the canvas, to get them as lined up as possible. Let's see. So anyway, if you're doing this and once it won't pick up the bead, that means that there's not enough wax in this pen anymore and you have to refill it. And it seems to me that it happens a lot more than I thought it was going to have to. I mean, I thought, oh, you can go for a ways before you have to fill it. But that didn't seem to be the case for me. So, in that way, it's a little frustrating. Some of these beads are not totally square, and so that made it frustrating. If they're really bad, you just throw them out and pick beads that are more square. I was working on a bunch last night that had too big of a hump on them. Another thing is you have to find your own groove. So for me, I have found that it's hard to place a drill to the left of another one. I cannot get it close enough to the right side. So if you're gonna lay a whole bunch down, figure out what works for you. For me, it works best to go like from bottom to top and from right to, or left to right. Because if I do it right to left, they don't line up close enough to each other and they leave too many gaps. Let's see. But like I said, I found if I don't press down hard enough, they tend to pop back off. So when I get a big section done, kind of like this, I'll sometimes even just take my finger and press down to make sure that it pops them all. There, I heard a pop. Pops them all down really good. But you also don't want to touch this uncovered much because it's sticky. And if you take off too much of the sticky, then the beads won't stick. So, let's see. Another thing is that I'm using, I'm going to stop putting drills down for a minute. I'm using a light pad. It's an LED light pad. I'm going to turn it off because this light just makes it hard for you to see. And then I also have it on a lap desk. Oops. And this is one that I got from, well, you can get them on Amazon. You can get them, mine was from Bed Bath & Beyond, and they actually honored the Amazon price. But it's, has this ledge, so it holds the light pad on there and your painting. And then it has adjustable, so you can put however many different, like 8 different positions, so if you want it more raised or not. Because I don't want to sit at a table for hours working on this, so it's more fun to just sit in my chair and watch TV and that. So, also, I have found that it works well to work on it upside down. So like this whole section I worked on upside down. So you just have to know your symbol. And like there's, I'll turn the light back on. This light has 3 different adjustments too. There. So see, here's the U's that I'm filling in. And you can find them upside down just as easily, as long as you know what you're looking for. Anyway, and then, so I have made huge progress on this in about, I started on it on Tuesday and today's Sunday. So, it's fun, it's relaxing. I will say the first day was quite frustrating, especially filling the wax so often. Also, the other end of the pen has what's called a multi-placer on it. That doesn't work for me very well. And there is a big learning curve on that too. It's very hard to get them all straight. But if you're doing a big section, say a whole bunch of reds in a row like that, you can actually multi-place them. Again, difficult to do. Others have stated that if you're doing a big section of light color like white, it's gonna show if you did it multi-placed. So it's not hard to do it individually either. So maybe I'll get to doing it by 2s instead of by 1s at some point. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, but there's a little bit of a learning curve. But you know, it's just like when any craft that you do, there's a curve. So hope that's helpful. Thanks. Bye.